Hey family, welcome to Let's Talk. Hey, my name is Shelby Scott. I will be your host. I am so excited for this platform because it provides a place for me to connect with you, the audience, in a real authentic way, talking about our journeys, our ups, our downs, our disappointments, our triumphs. Hopefully along the way we can motivate each other, inspire hope in each other, speak from a place of authenticity, and also bring our genuine thoughts and feelings to the platform. I want to provide a very thought-provoking atmosphere so we can expound upon our experiences, grow from our mistakes, not sit in this space of pittiness and rejection, but we can rise together and ultimately take our place among being successful as people, as fathers, as entrepreneurs, as business people. We, just good, decent human beings. I want to inspire you today to take actions, not just stand there. Let's talk. More to come. Hey, I was just chuckling to myself here because I was reminiscing about my favorite TV show, The Incredible Hulk. For those of you of a certain age, you could remember the original TV series, The Incredible Hulk, starring Mr. Bill Bixby, God rest his soul, he's gone on now, as David Banner. And whenever he'd get really angry, he would change into this beast, this humanoid beast, wrecking ball of a thing. And I really think now that was symbolic of the kind of repressed emotions that can explode within you and me when we repress anger or rage that we cannot locate the origin of, where it's coming from, or we repress feelings and thoughts that we cannot talk through, and we just carry it with us. And something or someone will trigger those emotions, and they would come out in the most inopportune time and in fury, right? I remembered just I get so angry at times. It could be a word, or it could be any small thing that trigger my anger. And people usually say, well, you're quick-tempered. Yeah, it's a little bit more than that. I think, like everything else, emotions, you have to put them in check. And in order to put your emotions in check, you have to know what sort of emotions you're feeling, and where they're coming from, first of all, and how they affect you as a person. For a long time, I was very angry, very, very mad, angry at the world, and it was really getting in my way. Even now at 50 years old, I am still working through repressed emotions, usually show up in the form of anger. It wasn't until I started to really seek out help in understanding me as a person, and understanding that what we experience in our lives, the body will keep score of it. Your mind, your mental, will keep score of whatever happens to you. And it doesn't let go. So now the goal would be that we would have to find avenues intentionally to work through those things. They don't just disappear. And I remembered, just as a young person, a little boy into adolescence, into young man, growing up, and I would have these flare-ups of anger and outburst, and so passionate that I was almost like a ticking time bomb, if I'm being honest with you. And, I didn't know how to deal with those emotions. I started to reach out in hopes of finding answers to why I feel this way, or why am I so angry at everything, at everybody. I finally started to talk to someone and to work through these feelings. And ultimately, the triggers for me was this feeling of rejection, or the thought of not being good enough, abandonment issues, fatherlessness issues with the absence of parents, and how the mind of a child perceive these different situations. And, for a growing mind, a mind that's not fully developed, your brain is not fully functioning as a kid, you interpret these things, you internalize these things. And as you grow, you store them into a file in the recesses of your mind, but your body keeps score. And those things that are not dealt with will come up again. For me, my triggers were, well, why am I not part of a whole family? Where's my mom at? Where's my dad at? Why am I not living in a happy home filled with laughter and joy? Why am I not having Christmases with toys and jingle bells and Santa Claus? And why isn't anyone loving me the way I perceive that I should be loved? Why isn't anybody hugging me? And why isn't anybody goggling over me as a child? Why isn't anybody falling heads and heels over me? I didn't know it at the time that it was so important to me. But my mind, my emotions, my body was keeping score of all that. And they just build up over time. And life goes on, right? You move through the stages of life. Here comes middle school. Here comes high school. And you're still battling with those things of yesterday. I'm telling you today, friends, that if you don't address the issues as they occur, whatever they might be, I told you mine, yours might be different, but it'll be the same outcome. Those negative emotions, if they're not addressed, if you don't find the courage to talk through them, if you don't find a confidant to talk through those things, to take a thought partner and work through those things, they're going to come up and they're going to meddle with your life. They're going to really stop you in your tracks. They will inhibit your forward progress. It didn't matter how smart I was in school. It didn't matter how charming I was as a person. But whatever that trigger happened, I would turn into an absolute beast. Nothing mattered anymore when that trigger goes off. I turn into someone that is unrecognizable. And it's going to take you, the person, the responsible person, to realize when you need help. Part of this whole thing is to realize when you need help and to ask for help. It doesn't have to be professional help or counselor or anything. It could be a friend. It could be a confidant. It could be somebody to confide in. But please find somebody, find an outlet, find an avenue so that you can release those harmful emotions. Talk through them, work through them, get through them, and you're going to feel better. You're going to live a longer life. It'll probably keep you out of a lot of tough situations, and you'll just be a happier, more productive you. Who said life was going to be easy, right? Who says that everything would be glitter and gold and peaches and cream, right? No one promised you that. And nobody owes you anything. In order to be whole and complete, you have to really reassess your life every day. Every day. Look into the mirror at the end of the day and ask yourself, was I the best possible person that I could be today? Did I say anything to offend anybody? Was I empathetic towards others? Or was I a bully, for lack of a better word? And you'll find if you take stock of the day's events, you can answer your own questions. But don't let the beast within dictate the path or the road to destruction. Have a real conversation with yourself. Take the necessary steps towards becoming the better you. That's all I've got, folks. Have a great one. Hey fam, show your love. If you love what we're doing here at Let's Talk, we want you to like, comment, or subscribe. We also want you to hit that notification button to be alerted for future videos. Until next time, let's talk.